You are listening and watching to a very special podcast. Things are getting quite exciting. Oh, my heart is beating. Okay, seriously, let's get on with it, shall we? Shinoa, Raven, and Randi were seated. The three of them only watched as Guren was interacting with Ben and Taylor. He seemed a bit calm, but then he got a little bit angry. He was about to stand up, but luckily Shinoa pointed out, "Ah, look, Shinya." Shinya came by with a smile. He was saying something to Guren, and moments later, the four gentlemen were seated, and Shinya was just nodding, laughing a bit, smiling, talking as usual. Guren was trying to keep his temper in check, as it seemed. "So, what do you expect Guren's going to do? Engage into a fight?" "Oh no. That's the thing. I guess you don't know much about me or what the Moon Demon Company is capable of. However, I believe that you don't know much about me or what this is." Shinoa held up a small object that looked like a key. "What is that?" Raven asked. "Oh no, I wouldn't touch it if I were you. This is a demon gear." This made Raven confused. "A demon gear? You're not becoming like some sort of worshippers of the devil now, aren't you?" "What? No! These things are used to kill the vampires." Shinoa said, "Don't be alarmed. We never asked for this. This is all part of the ritual of how we get our demon gears." "Don't fret. We're not worshippers. We're only doing our job. That is why it is called the Moon Demon Company. But frankly, my squad is nowhere part of that place anymore." "It's a long story," Randi said to Raven. Madame Maccabee nodded. "I see," she said. "I'm quite surprised you managed to interact with him most of the time." "Maybe I should go and try to calm them down." "I don't think so," Shinoa said. "I believe Taylor looks a little uncomfortable. I'm gonna go check." "Are you sure you want to do that? I believe Guren has a bit of a secret on his belt," Shinoa said. "This demon gear. I'm not afraid of a monster." "All right, as you wish. But don't blame me for not trying to stop you." Raven couldn't help but crack a grin on her face. Then she sauntered over. Shinoa sighed. "I warned her. Well, she's gonna have to pay for it." That's when Guren stands up, and he had a sword right there around his waist, right at the side. Raven stepped forward. "Gentlemen, what's going on here?" she asked. "Miss, I would advise you to stay back." What do you think you're doing? What is that?" Shinya came beside Raven and said, "Really, I don't think you should interfere." "Interfere with what? Can somebody ask me what is going on? Tell me, what is going on?" That's when Guren pulled the sword, and he whispered something. Raven could make out the words, "Come, my hero no yo." My hero? What? Raven said. That's when everything turned into a shade of a dark purple with hints of black. The crowds began to shriek. There was panic around. Shinoa stood still as she watched. There was dark shapes surrounding. She saw that Ben and Taylor were on the ground in shock and fear. Raven looked like she was choking. She looked like she couldn't breathe. Just then, a red-haired woman came and put some sort of paper spell right on top of Raven's head. The red-haired girl was Maito. It's okay, you're gonna be fine. Alright, this is gonna help. It'll prevent you from being in contact with the demons. What is this? Raven demanded. Just stay by me, keep that on you until it's over. Meanwhile, Ben and Taylor were in shock by this power. They could feel the demon gear. I can't breathe. What is this? That's when Ben looked up. Taylor said, Ben, what's going on? Who is that? Nobody could see who it was, but Ben and Taylor did. It looked like a figure of a girl with stringy, long hair flowing in the wind. Her hair looked a bit lavender, but there was a bit of tints of white there, like white petals. Then the figure of the woman just smiled, a devilish grin on her face. Ben somehow shouted, Shinoa, I know that's you. Quit playing these tricks. Ben shouted. However, the figure of the woman responded, I'm not Shinoa. I do look like her. You could even say we're related. Now, you seem interesting, but not in my taste. But somehow you have a bit of spice to your blood. Go on, why don't you introduce yourself? Hello there, my dear mad scientist, and your lovely, interesting assistant. Why don't you let Guren possess this power of mine so I can kill you two? Ben and Taylor were in shock. They tried to get away, but that woman was coming closer. Don't fight. Don't struggle. You know, she wants you. She always wanted you. Reminds me of me, when Guren and I... But before she could continue, Guren all of a sudden put the sword back in its sheath, and then everything returned to normal and the girl was gone. But nobody even saw a girl except Ben and Taylor. Raven began to gasp out breaths. She looked like she had been hyperveiling, and she was trying her best to catch her breath. Maito just patted her hand, saying, It's okay. It's over. You're all right. See, that wasn't so bad. Sayuri came beside Raven and helped her up. There. Well, at least we're here. You would have been feeling the power of it. Did I saw a young lady standing there? She said she was going to kill them. I didn't see anybody. Did you see? Well, Look, it's been a long night. You should probably get some rest. It's going to be a long day. Maito said. Tomorrow it will be. Raven ran over to Taylor, helping him. Are you alright? I've never seen a monster like that. Raven, what was that? I don't know. Come. Here, let me help you. Ben, wait. Oh, I'll be fine. I can do this myself, thank you. Guren just stood there, hand on his side of his hips as he said, "That was my warning. I warned you. Don't underestimate me or the Shinoa squad. And Shinoa's right. You should steer clear of the Hiragi clan and the Japanese Imperial Army. But never forget, we're part of the extermination unit, our unit for now. It seems Kureto Hiragi has taken over, and if I were you, I wouldn't even speak to him, or even none of the vampires." Guren said. Ben looked at him, dazed. "You really are a prick, aren't you?" "Well, that was quite interesting. I didn't know who that woman of yours is, but she's quite fascinating." "Woman? You saw her, didn't you?" Guren said. But then, catastrophic events happened. There was such confusion when it came to Dirge and Rory Lee and everything else that has happened. And then the truth finally came out when Ben and Taylor were the ones responsible for what happened at the ocean. And now, they're on the run. The agents of Evermore aren't going to take any mercy or any prisoners. Creepy. Anyway, thank you so much for listening and watching. See you next time.